You smoke? I thought so. I'm sorry if I'm boring you or anything. I don't know. I really need to talk to someone about this. There's this thing, I I I feel very weird about it. I mean, it's not a dream. It's too real to be a dream, and and I know it's not a hallucination or something like that. I'll be too crazy for something like that. uh, I'm sorry if this is bothering you in anything, but I don't know what that thing is. It's more of a feeling, and this sensation runs down my body, these smells sort of enter my body, and they travel through me. They strip me away from my conscience, and I smell daisies, like really smell daisies. It's a weird feeling. It's something that I smelled in my childhood. I don't know. I was out playing someday. This was one day, and I was just I was I don't know. I was running around with my friends, and we decided to climb this tree. Of course, one of my friends, he fell down, and he he broke his bone. So we took him, we carried him, and we ran down through the town, cutting through the heart of the town. That's where the shops were. And everyone was running. We all were panicking. He was crying a lot, and I mean, I'm sure it must have hurt a lot. But I stopped for a while. This smell like paralyzed my senses. I don't know. I stopped blinking. It was just so pure. It was not sweet. It, it, it did not have any quality. I'm sorry. If I'm boring you or anything, but I really need to get this off my chest. I'm sorry. I don't know. He turned out fine. The guy who got hurt. But that smell, like I could not really forget about that smell. It was. I don't know. It was not anything. I mean, not fruit, not an object, not something that could have been sold in that marketplace, not a perfume. It was just, now that I describe it, and I haven't really described it to anyone, but now that I'm talking to you and I'm describing it, I would say that smell came from some other place, someplace very distant, just, far beyond the reach of really anyone. Not heaven, or not just, not void, but some place that feels warm. Of course, yeah, warm, and just really beautiful and magical, and place that has no words to describe itself. Like, I don't know. You see, I don't know. I shiver whenever I recall about anything that's been going on in my head lately. I'm sorry. I'm all lackluster, and I really have no sense, and there's no grammar holding my sentences. But I don't know. I don't know what to call that smell. It it's It's not even something you can find in the kitchen. like I'm telling you, it came from this place far beyond. It was sort of inviting me to go to that place. I don't know. It was damp, yes. Damp is and could be an adjective to, you know, just describe it. I don't know. It was a weird smell. But all I'm saying is it was so strong and pure. And whenever I'm seeing one of those things, and whenever my mind's trying to show me one of those things, that's the first thing. That's the first sense that kicks in. That smell carries me to this cold place. It was extremely cold, chilly. Gushes of wind hitting my chest every now and then, and hard blows to the chest. Like just it would throw me like a meter away. That hard. And I'm sorry if I'm boring you or anything. I really don't want to. But the wind too was strange. It was carrying the smell away, sort of inviting more people to come to this place. When I looked down, there were pebbles. Pebbles of all colors. Purple pebbles, blue pebbles, yellow pebbles, orange pebbles, green pebbles, grey pebbles, and sort of broken pebbles. There were a lot of pebbles. And they were just all around me, without any order. I don't know, it felt weird. It felt as if I was stepping on some candy or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, pebbles. It was as if, when I looked at one pebble, the other one flipped. Well, when I looked at the other pebble, the other one flipped. It was weird. It kept turning and turning and turning and turning, and yet when I still, these pebbles, and they were of all different kinds of colors. But then when I used to look back, if I would have walked 2 steps and if I would look back, they were of the same color. This somewhere in the middle of a grey and a brown, but with different gradients. I don't know. So if I would have walked on the 2 steps, the pebbles that would have been green or purple, just moments before, that would have turned into this color that's in the middle of grey and brown. I don't know what to call it. I'm sorry if I'm boring you or anything. I really don't want to. But yeah. But did I ask you if you smoked? I thought so. I'm sorry. But then, my eyes, they just get stolen out of the pebbles that were underneath me, and I see a woman. She had a shawl on. A dark blue shawl on. And I remember the shawl. It was the same shawl my mother used to wear. And whenever we would go out, out on a drive, she would carry that shawl with her in her purse. She would hold it close, like she just really loved that shawl, and it really looked good on her too. That shade of blue, it was really dark, and the shawl was fuzzy, like it had been worn out. I don't know. I never really asked her if it was hers, if she bought the shawl, or it was grandma's, passed on to her. I never really asked her that. But yeah, so that shawl, and I'm sorry if I'm boring you or anything, but shawl got lost one day. She turned the whole house upside down looking for it. She couldn't find it anywhere. Not in her cupboard, not under the beds, not in the laundry. terrace. Shawl was lost. She cried a lot that day, and Dad had to take her to eat ice cream, just to get her mind off. And I know she never really forgot the shawl. And I've never seen her cry. And the only time I've seen her cry was because of a shawl. I don't know, it might have meant a lot to her, but I was kind of shook when I saw her that day crying. And she had this habit that she would not cry in front of anyone except her husband, of course. That's Dad. But I felt that she was going to cry, and she was in the kitchen, and she felt as if she was never going to get the shawl back. She sort of, I don't know, sometimes you feel those things, and sometimes maybe your mind makes you feel those things, that you're not gonna get what you want to get. I mean, your mind's really great at that. It sort of has a lot of fun putting tragic images in your head, and I think she was not sensitive about anything, but I think there was something about the shawl. I don't know. So she was in the kitchen, and that was the last place where she was looking. And she jumped to the conclusion that maybe it just got thrown away for some reason. And then, I don't know. So the distance between the kitchen and the bedroom is quite a lot. Like, there are two opposite ends of the house. And she walked through the kitchen to the bedroom, holding back her emotions. Trying to not let the tears out. You're on the verge, but you just don't want to fall. You bite your jaw and you pull everything back, and you just don't want to cry. And my height was small, and she was fairly tall. And I would look up, and I would just hold her hand and try to get something out of her mouth. I just wanted to see if she was okay. I wanted to console her. Yeah. I don't want her to cry. And she went to the bedroom, and I think, she cried. I saw through that little keyhole her crying. Yeah. She cried a lot, and I just secretly saw. I don't tell her about it. In the future, even the day after, all these years, I've never really told her that I've seen her cry, and she boasts about it, that she's never cried in front of anyone. I don't know. I let her have it. So this woman, I feel this woman stand in front of me with the same dark blue shawl on. It's fuzzy, like the old one was. Her hair, they were not, they sort of jaded. I don't know, brittle. Maybe brittle's the word. I'm sorry if I'm boring you or anything. I'm just trying to make conversation. And I really need to get this off my chest, but I don't really know who to tell this to. I don't know. Yeah, so she stands there with dark blue shawl, and she has her brittle hair, but it's covered. It's covered. Her head is covered with something. I don't know what it is. But there are these some hair that just hang out, the top of her skull, and they were flowing, but they seemed as if they were not soft, as I said, brittle. Her eyes looked swollen, as if she'd kept a lot of words or secrets, maybe, tucked behind those eyes. Swollen with grief, I don't know. There was no compassion in those eyes, I know that for sure. But what intrigued me the most about her face, maybe, was her lips. pale pinkish lips, and they had these cuts, as if you sliced a knife through her lips and made those cuts. Very delicate, thin cuts that are impossible to, have. You just can't be born with those cuts. And it's as if somebody had used a knife and cut her lips into thin parts, and she drank the blood and enjoyed it. Yeah. I don't know. It was as if I just saw that last drop of blood drip off of the edge of her lip. And I don't know, for some reason, I just wanted to inch closer towards her. And she just stood there. She didn't blink. She just stood there. The gushes of wind that kept hitting my chest, they gently blew her brittle hair away. There was not much gap between us. So I walked towards her. The 7.5 steps I take, they were the slowest steps I would have taken in my life. As I walk along, the pebbles underneath me also keep changing, but my eyes are just locked into hers. And I keep walking forward, 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 and I keep walking forward. And I just one step after the other, heavy gushes of wind. They just burst on my chest, trying to push me as back as it can, as if the wind knows something that I don't, and my instinct is just wrong. But I go and I inch closer towards her, and we come to a distance where her breath, the distance was so close that I could feel her breath and I could smell it. I don't know. It was just something. I could see those lips and the cuts, and they become more evident now. For some reason, I use my thumb and I just brush through those cuts on her lips. It was reminiscent to cracks on a wall. I could brush through them and I could feel the depths that lie in the middle. Just I could also see the tip of her teeth, really white. Her eyes just kept looking into mine. The sensation within me just keeps growing stronger and stronger, more vivid. It's not a memory, I know that for sure, because memories have this thing. You don't remember something a whole. You just don't remember everything. You don't remember the smells. You don't remember what you were hearing. You don't remember. You don't remember the sounds. You don't remember what you were seeing. Completely. You might falter a bit, but no, this thing. I cannot be so sure. Like, this is the most sure I've ever been. I'm sorry if I'm boring you or anything, but I really need to get this off my chest. There's something about her, I don't know. But, she had very low cheekbones. And as I was done brushing my thumb across her lips. I just pressed that one tip where two of her lips just diverged and then turned into flesh. I pressed it. It was a sensation I've never felt in my whole life. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. My hand, I think it went through the dark blue shawl and, it wrapped around her and hers wrapped around mine. It was, I don't know. There was no thought in my head at that moment. Mine was completely blank. And I kept bringing her closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer, and it was sort of inevitable at the point that our chests meet and our heart beats at the same rhythm. I could feel hers pump out blood and mine gush in, and sort of when that small gap between our chests met, it was sort of, it felt as if the stars exploded and galaxies unfolded in front of me and universes were created and worlds just spewed at the blink of an eye. And I think even in lesser time than a blink of an eye, it was sort of, I felt my flesh, my skin, the flesh just fall down, just fall down, and then muscles started to spasm out like fish that are taken out of the water. Muscles just splatter and run across the pebble-filled road. My bones broke to dust and fell. I saw darkness around me, and I felt as if I was falling in the depths of the darkness. It just kept going. I'm sorry if I'm boring you or anything. I really don't want to. I just want to get this off of my chest. I saw something, as I was falling through the depths of the darkness. I saw carpet. For some reason, the longer I fell and the farther I fell, the bigger the carpet became. I don't know. It had those patterns, repetitive patterns of, shapes and some geometry and flowers and damp reds, like almost burgundy and jaded yellows. Very, very soothing patterns. You know what I saw in those patterns? I saw me, and I don't know. I saw my life with that woman. I was working in a bank building. She was with me. a small house, really broken down. The door didn't work, you know. I don't know. For a second, I felt as if I saw one of those things in the carpet. You know, in the patterns of the carpet. So, you know, like there was this thin red line that was running across the designs, you know, in a in a cross manner. And inside that line, I saw tiny cubes, and in those tiny cubes, I saw a lot of things. I saw these things I'm talking about. You know, I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm boring you or anything, but I felt as if there was more to all of this. I kept falling and falling and falling and falling and falling, and just I kept falling. By the way, do you smoke? Oh, I thought so.